Hello everyone, welcome to People Plan. Before I take you through the tool, let me quickly give you an introduction of what People Plan is, what it does, and few of its key features. People Plan is a platform that allows businesses to manage everything in a project, right from resource management to project completion. People Plan allows users to easily manage resources and project. It allows seamless integration of other tools such as Gmail and Outlook as well. Now, this tool allows the information to be collaborated in one platform. The tool also gives you a visual graphical representation of the project summaries. Now, let's get started. So once you log into the application, you can see that we are going to land on something called as a dashboard, which would give us a complete view of what the tool looks like, the project health and everything. Now, before I can talk about it, let's go ahead and create a project. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the projects tab. And here you can see that I have a few pie charts showing the project summaries. But before I talk you through it, let me go ahead and create a project. So I'm going to get into manage projects, and under that I'm going to click on new projects. Here I'm going to give my project a name. So I'm just going to give it Q3 hire plan. I'm going to give it a code and assign a segment to it category and probably put in the manager's email. And here, if you notice, I'm going to assign the start and the end date of a project, right? Along with which I'm going to also assign the budgeted hours for a particular project. So let me just quickly go ahead and do that. Now, once you, I'm just going to go to, okay. So here I'm just going to choose a very short project for the sake of the demonstration. And I'm just going to enter 100 for the budgeted hours. All right. So you see, once I've entered the project information, a new column populates for me, which is called the project milestone. So project milestones are nothing but the tasks or the milestones of the particular project. So here I'm just going to create two milestones. I'm going to give it a name, and I'm also going to select when my milestones start and the end date of the milestones. And you can see as soon as I select the start and the end date, the duration auto populates for me here. So I'm going to go ahead and add another milestone. And the beauty of the tool is it allows you to add as much as milestones as you want. There is no limit, guys. So here I'm going to just add two milestones, and I'm going to click on next. All right. So you can see as soon as I clicked on next, the project milestone gives you a graph of what it is, how it looks like. Now, once that's done, I'm going to click on manage locations under the budgeted hours. And here I'm going to say that my project is from the APAC region. So I choose that, and I'm going to assign the hours here for the milestones. So here I'm just going to assign few values. Now this, for the sake of the demonstration, I'm just randomly going to enter values. I'm going to say 45 here, and all right. So you can see as soon as I enter the value in the budget column, you can see that the values are getting accumulated. So once we're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and save and approve my changes. Now, once I save and approve my changes, you can see that, it shows me that the project has been created, and it'll show me a kind of a summary of what I'm looking at. It also shows me the project status, which is soon active, because the date of my project start is much away from the actual date, which is today's date. So it also gives me the head count versus timeline graph, trying to indicate, what my demand is. Now, let's say I want to go ahead and make few changes to my project. I can go ahead and do that as well. So here I'm going to go ahead and click on actions, and I'm going to click on update. Let's say I have few changes that I want to make, and for this demonstration I'm going to change the allotment at my milestones. So let me just go ahead and quickly make those changes. All right, I've made the changes. You can see them. It's reflecting, and I'm going to save my changes. Here, once I've saved my changes, you can see that the new changes are populating for me here. So you can go ahead. It gives you such a visual representation of the data that it's so much more easier for us to analyze and interpret, right? So here you can see that I can also choose from the groups, where I can just filter out my specific project in terms of the graph. So I can do that as well if I want to, guys. Now, once you've created the projects, let's go ahead and see if the project is available in the list. And you can see that the project gets displayed along with the other projects in the list. And you can see that the project status and the health all is also been displayed. Now, the consumed hours is 0 because this project has not yet started. Now, we can also go ahead and check out the projects which are behind schedule. You can see that are marked in red, and the soon active ones that are marked in yellow. Now here you can see that the project summary basically tells you which and all projects are active, or which projects have expired, or soon to be active. Here you can also export the chart by clicking on the export option. In the project health, you can see it displays which projects are on track, behind schedule, or soon active as well. So it kind of gives you a visual depiction of how many projects are on track, which and all projects are behind schedule or expired, right? Here under the category summary, we have the different categories, the number of people working on projects from the different category. Here you have a category backlog. You have 3 people working from faculty. So it kind of gives you the number of persons working from different categories. Under the segment, we have different segments in an organization, and it tells you the same as well, how many people are working from each and every segment. Now, if you want to analyze each and every project in detail, all you have to do is just click on the analyze button, and you can go ahead and take a closer look at the project, right? So it kind of gives you like a connection between the graphs and the data that is displayed. Here we have an insights tab where you can go ahead and see all the graphical representation of all the projects, the project category, the segments. Right now, the graph that you see here is the project categories. So let's say I want to go ahead and change it to projects. I want to see the graph that represents the project. So I'm going to go ahead and click on projects, and here if I hover my mouse over the graph, you can see at a given specific time, the details have been listed out in the graph. Now, if you come down to the project summary, you can see that my project is created. It'll give you all the projects with the timelines, with the resources. Here you can see that a project that was created, Q3 hire plan, is displayed here, and the weeks when the resources are being in demand are all displayed. I also have the hire plan in the people plan tab, which also displays the shortage summary. How many resources, how how short of resources were we in the months of December or November will also be displayed. Here you can also view the hire plan based on the BU unit, the department name, or the discipline name. So here you can see that in the month of September, there were 100 people, hired for the sales team of USA. Now, coming back to our dashboard, you can see that the project health summary is pretty much the same as what I had shown you earlier. Now, the project type basically refers to if the resource is on a contract based, or if it's a regular resource or an intern. So it basically emphasizes on the type of the resources. Here you also have the company summary and the insights. So basically all the graphical representation is listed down in our dashboard below. Let's say I want to check the projects which are under the India BU unit. So I'm going to click on the BU India unit, and you can see that it'll display all the projects, the workforces that are there under, the Indian department, the business units which are available, and so on. So you can go ahead and explore the tool in detail. It's a pretty user-friendly tool and also a very self-explanatory one. Thank you for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next People Plan tutorial.